We're back with the Drunken News. So Brian, Maestro,
take a shot.
Oh yeah.
100th episode.
100
You
episodes.
have to.
You're home.
You have to.
100.
100.
We're home, baby.
We're all
For
doing
old time's
it.
sake.
We're
No,
all
he's
doing it.
not. Confetti, 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 confetti.
Oh.
Dude, he's hammered. Somebody called him a cab to his head.
All right, Justin, will you read the news now?
No, we have a schedule to keep. Okay.
Yeah, so I've got to do the news. First piece of news that we have.
my news.
NIS is porting from the PS4 to the Switch. So for those of you that don't know, and myself included, I don't know what the NIS is, but apparently it stands for Nippon Ichi Software.
Excuse me? Was that sass?
Nippon Ichi Software.
Oh.
Right?
Okay, that was like an itchy maybe.
So the president of this NIS participated in an interview with 4Gamer and Famitsu. Talking with both sites, he discussed Disgaea 5 complete and Switch development. So let's just see. I'm just going to read.
That really is.
Yeah. So apparently there's nothing NIS had a downgrade. He noted that even from the portable mode, the experience will still remain the same as the PS4 version. So it sounds like Disgaea 5 coming from PS4 to Switch won't have any downgrades. We'll see how that works. However,
What
NIS,
the fuck is that game?
Disgaea 5 is a JRPG, or it's actually a JSRPG. So it's a strategy game, kind of similar to Final Fantasy Tactics.
This game sounds.
It's it's a pretty big cult classic. Lots of people
I'm
really
glad I'm not a
like.
part
Don't
of
you
that
feel
cult.
embarrassed now?
No.
Does he ever?
He got
He doesn't.
blown the fuck out.
He doesn't give a
no
shit.
shame in my game.
He says that, however, if there was a Vita port, it would be necessary to downgrade the game. But there's been a high demand for Disgaea 5 on a portable device, so porting it to Switch would be a way to satisfy NIS customers and fulfilling their demands of not really downgrading the game. Famitsu also further questioned porting to the Switch. Had it gone smoothly, he confirmed that this was the case. There weren't any issues with the hardware, no downgrades were made. So it sounds like this developer in particular had a good time porting over their game, and it was pretty smooth and simple. Hopefully Bethesda does the same thing with Skyrim.
I thought it was interesting because of. I mean,
Wait,
It's
what did
the
this go to?
It went from the PS4. Well, it's a port.
It's a port of
from
a PS4 game
PS4 game to the Switch.
to the Switch. However,
So you just asked that they're gonna do it with Skyrim?
No.
Isn't that
He's
just
hoping
easy?
that the transition is as smooth.
as smooth.
Because the company said it was
Just
very
like the
smooth
Doctor.
transition.
Got it.
Doctor
Got it.
is smooth.
I'm just confused because I thought it wasn't even a remaster that was coming up. For Switch.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
But I thought it
Okay,
was interesting because
That's where we're at.
the portable aspect. I mean, to me, that's the most intriguing. Like what kind of like console-esque experience are we
So
getting
I
on the
agree
portable?
and disagree with you on that because I think that bringing it to
Do you agree that I find that the most interesting?
no. So I'm sorry. I disagree that
He also disagrees with that.
I disagree that
Because you're
it
lying
is
to yourself.
interesting. It is interesting. I find it would be easier to port to the Switch on the handheld because it's smaller, like less pixels.
Well, yeah, right.
And
Of
then
course.
I feel like porting it from PS4 to a docked Switch would probably be, for some reason, I feel like that would be a harder transition or a harder, port over rather than the smaller
Sure.
720 version of it. But that's just me. I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I-
good that you formulated the opinion then.
You know what I do know though? Tekken 7 delayed June 2nd.
Boom.
I don't play Tekken.
Neither
Yeah,
do
no,
I.
just to crumple it up with
Well, hold on. Wait.
Jesus Christ.
Wait. I do want to
They
read
saw
this
that
now.
character
Scared of
King
the
Justice.
So Bandai
Does it come out
Bandai
the same?
Namco revealed that Tekken 7 is getting delayed to June 2nd on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Director Katsuhiro Harada told GameSpot that he didn't want to, quote, bash the product and get it out as early as possible. They made some hard decisions to delay it so that way they didn't have like a shitty game. Kind of like Final Fantasy, Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
So I'm actually glad that they're doing this and they're delaying it. I would rather a delayed game that's not so terrible than another Street Fighter 5 incident. However, awesome collector's edition. Have you guys seen this?
No.
It's Jin.
Crumpling, I thought.
Well, I thought we were crumpling.
All right, crumple away. You piece
All
of
right,
shit.
we won't crumple. We'll fold.
No, it's too late.
It's
Crumple.
too
You
late
already
to
crumpled.
Yeah,
We're crumpling.
but
Why are we folding?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
we'll talk
matter.
about it
Relax,
later.
Steve.
but the
Stop asking
collector's
questions, damn
edition,
it.
the collector's edition
true.
comes with Heihachi like catching Jin's foot, and it's this big ass statue. It's fucking awesome.
Sweet.
I don't even like Tekken, and
so
I
just
just
pre-order
want the
the
statue.
statue.
If it was Ryu and Akuma, I would be like, yeah, there we go. That gets my dries off.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Guile's theme.
You did great.
Classic.
The classic episode 100.
Mahalo, bro.
Baby.
So the next piece of news that we have, Lord of the Fallen Dev's new action game, The Surge, is coming in May of 2017. So The Surge is a new action RPG from Lord of the Fallen developer Deck 13, which will launch in May for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The studio announced earlier this week. Let's see. The Surge will be published by farming simulator company Focus Home Interactive.
Sick game.
But in other news, Deck 13 has confirmed that the German studio will not be involved with the upcoming Lord of the Fallen sequel.
Oh shit. The
So,
plot thickens.
So they released a trailer for it, which was the first trailer. So they had like a 10-minute gameplay that they released. And it was
But
like the
it's-
demo for it.
but now we got a trailer.
Now you got like a story trailer of what's actually happening.
Mhm.
It's Dark Souls, but it's in space, is what it looks
Wait,
like.
is that Miho or is this
This is Surge.
Surge? Okay.
It's
The
another
Surge.
one of these. So now it's kind of exciting because in 2017 it looks like we're
Surge. Getting a lot of clones.
the clones of like Dark Souls, which has never really happened. No one's really kind
Well,
of
Lord of the
ventured.
Fallen is kind of this.
Kind of, but people still said that was a decent game.
Yeah, it was
Like,
good. It was just
it just-
people.
it was
bashed
Dark
it.
Souls.
Yeah, exactly.
But now they decided because Lords of the Fallen was very similar to Dark Souls, then now they're going towards space. It's the sci-fi, it's the mech suits, it's the mech fighting. But from the gameplay, it looks very Dark Souls-ish. I'm excited for it. I love outer space.
Nice.
I love Dark Souls.
Anthony,
Mix
would you
it
be
together.
interested in that?
Yeah, I'd probably look at the trailer and then if it's the same difficulty as Dark Souls, then yes.
Sure. If it's as hard.
The
and-
battle system
and
looks very
brain
similar.
crushing, then yeah, I
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah, Justin would love to play that.
Yeah. But speaking of Dark
Final
Souls,
Let's Play.
the final DLC for Dark Souls 3 will take you to the end of the world, according to RPGsite.net. The final piece of downloadable
Shut your
content
butt.
for Dark Souls 3 has been revealed. It's titled The Ringed City, and it's coming very soon on March 28th, 2017. The trailer sees players travel to the very end of the world as everything begins to crumble at the edge of fire, apparently.
So Lords of Flame.
Ah, Lord of Flame. Yeah, someone's
We
angry.
know a lot about that.
I don't, actually.
it.
But season pass owners get this as part of that package. However, it's $25 separately.
That has some good
fucking
PvE going on in
steep.
that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Justin, what do you feel about that?
I feel that it's a very steep price and that they better have some good TV
Now
and
with
that
your experience of Dark
All
Souls.
up in there.
all up
Yeah.
in that shit.
So I mean, my expectation on it is this has to be a very story-driven DLC. This needs
Yeah,
to
it
be. We need multiple bosses, not just two. We need like 5. If they come up with 5 bosses in this DLC, I'm all for $25.
Did you buy the season pass?
No,
Oh.
because
It's a bad hit.
Because it's only two.
Single player stuff.
it's only 2 DLCs that
yeah.
came out with it.
Okay.
In the first DLC, I didn't want to play. It was the PvP DLC with the
Oh,
arena
right,
and
yeah.
everything. Now this is the last DLC that they're doing for Dark Souls.
Did you play the previous
Forever.
PvE one as well, or no? Have you played that yet?
There was a PvE point of the last one, like the only other DLC that came out, but it was 2 bosses. You played it.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 main and then like 1 hidden type boss, but that's to like unlock the arena.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
like,
if
that's
you were to
almost
jump
like a
back in, let's say if
story.
this
It's
is
not-
5 bosses,
well,
that's an
like,
additional
yeah.
8.
yeah, then I would go back and play. If there was some sort of deal where I could get the first DLC with the other DLC,
Like a season pass.
like a season pass that was to come out, then potentially, but it all depends on the second DLC.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
How many
I
bosses?
understand
If it's
what
like
you're
5 bosses, I'd be down for that.
But it was just the first DLC was way PvP driven, and but this is the last of Dark Souls. I mean,
This is it, yeah.
Yeah, they're
They
taking
said
on-
that they're
it's
done
going
with Dark
on
Souls
hiatus,
now.
Yeah.
He's moving
Done
on.
with it.
Done with it.
So-called.
Quote on
100th episode.
100th episode.
200th
Can't
episode.
compare.
I can guarantee we're talking about Dark Souls 6. So.
Yeah. So
Slaying.
next piece of news, we have February Xbox Games with Gold.
What do we got, Brian?
So
You got any gold in there?
Microsoft is gearing up for Valentine's Day with Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time as one of
waiting
the
for this one.
4 Xbox Live Games with
Me
Gold
too.
for February
And I had
announced
my eye on
this
this.
week.
I had
So-
my eye on this for a while.
You'll get Lovers in a Dangerous Time Space along with the co-op indie game Asteroid Base, which will be free for Xbox Live Gold subscribers all month long. The other Xbox One game for February, the digital edition of Slightly Mad Studios' Project Cars, will be free from February 16th to March 15th. Feel free to pass on that one.
Unless you're 8 years old. you
That's
might
my
wanna pick
jam.
That up. Yeah, I bet it
Steve
is.
might like that one.
360 owners can get 2 games, which again you can play on Xbox One for backwards compatible. LucasArts Monkey Island 2 Special Edition LeChuck's Revenge from February 1st through the 15th. And then you'll also get LucasArts Star Wars The Force Unleashed from February 16th through the 28th.
It's not a bad one to have in the catalog.
Force Unleashed, not so bad.
I just bought that on the Wii.
Oh yeah.
I found it. It's like
Sucker.
$2.
We got them free. Yeah, for free.
Fucking $3, baby! Free! Free
Physical.
99.
What?
Free 99.
Free 99. But yeah, no, I mean,
I
for
played the
me,
first one, I skipped
first-
over the second one.
I played the second one. Wasn't as good as the first one.
No.
Hey, well luckily we're getting the
They
first
made a
one.
second one, yeah.
Yeah, the first one's not that bad though.
Although I thought it was cool that they introduced a new, like a brand new character.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's worth trying out for free.
It's a decent Star Wars hack and slash game.
Sure.
Bring back 1313. Anyways, the next piece of news that we have, the Pokemon Company releases a new Pokemon Duel strategy game for iOS. So again, the Pokemon Company launched today the newest game designed for iOS.
Is that
called-
already?
Yeah, Pokemon debuted Pokemon Duel. Pokemon Duel is a strategy board game where the goal is to collect a range of different amiibo-style Pokemon figures in which each has a unique ability. So these Pokemon figures are used to build a deck, and with that deck you can compete against other gamers around the world in ranked league matches. Pokemon Duel is compatible with iPhones and iPads running on iOS or higher. Sorry if you have an Android, you're an idiot. The game is free to play, however, it
How rude.
includes gems that can be purchased in-app to speed up and enhance the gameplay.
Ooh, there's the.
There's the caveat.
Yep, there it is.
So what team you gonna be on?
Team Valor, baby!
I think you mean
Yellow. 100th
Uh,
episode.
100th episode.
100th episode.
100th episode.
100th episode.
Next. 100th.
100th episode.
Yep. So the next piece of news is more Blizzard news. So Blizzard strikes a deal with Facebook for Heroes of the Dorm. So Blizzard Entertainment announced details of its competitive video game tournament Heroes of the Dorm, including very cool, including an exclusive partnership with Facebook to stream the event through Facebook Live. So Blizzard is going to be group staging tournaments,
Ooh-la, baby.
which features their online multiplayer games Hero of the Storm, which starts in February. The playoffs will run through March, and then the championships on April 8th. College video game players from the United States and Canada are eligible for the event. Tournament hands out more than $500,000 in scholarships and prizes.
Yeah.
Sign-ups started on Wednesday, so that would have been the 24th,
25th.
25th, whatever.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. But I
Not
guess
sure.
that
Positive.
there will be a TV broadcast on ESPN or other networks. So
Yeah.
lots of money Blizzard's throwing
Money.
in.
They're getting Facebook money, Facebook Live, it's on ESPN.
I mean, I wonder what the number was Facebook paid them for that, for the exclusive.
I
Must
mean,
be a
Heroes
shit.
of the Storm.
This tweet, I lost.
Hero of the Storm
I've heard
is
good things. It's not a game for me. It's one of
It's
the.
a MOBA, though.
It's a MOBA.
Yeah.
It's a MOBA, and they do
It's
a lot
for
of
fucking
things.
nerds.
You
Dude,
bash
you are
it.
just all over the place right now.
God damn.
Settle down.
Maybe he shouldn't drink the.
Yeah.
See what happens?
Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Your Android users.
But I mean, the amount of money that they're probably making off this is ridiculous. And that's probably all going to go towards, maybe some Overwatch skins, maybe an Overwatch skin for Zarya.
Gary, don't
So
get your
I'm all-
fucking hopes up, pal.
I'm praying. Please.
What did she get? She got 2 summer games, and then she just got a
Summer games and then the winter.
the winter, which is just a recolor. That's
It's
bullshit.
bad. It's really bad.
Well, Overwatch continues to grow, however, though.
It does.
Yeah, it's now over 25 million players.
God.
Oh
Damn.
my lord.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people playing.
I mean, the fact that a couple
my
months ago we were
God,
talking
numbers.
about 20 million, and now it's
Yeah, back in October. Yeah. 20
now
million.
it's still growing. I mean,
It's seemingly it's not going away.
Nervous.
Steve, how do you feel about this?
Steve, what was your favorite Overwatch moment from this last year, would you
Yeah.
say?
From the
The
past.
moment when Gary said, "I don't want to fucking buy this game," and then
That's true. And then our lives changed.
yeah.
Forever.
What was World of Warcraft? Did they talk about it in that?
No,
That's just.
I
Oh,
didn't
I mean, it's
Because I thought it'd be
it's a
interesting
funny. I
comparison.
remember we had an article a ways back.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Talking about the amount of players towards multiplayer games and this type of thing, and if they reached 25 million, it would be in the top 5 bestsellers of like all
They
time.
probably own the top. It's probably StarCraft, World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
and-
fucking-
Well, I
Now
don't know. What's like stuff like
like
League
Call
of
of Duty
Legends
2,
and
Dota.
Dota.
But,
Yeah.
I'm probably up there.
So, I mean-
Dinosaur. It's another good one. You always have to keep that.
But I mean, 25 million players, that's a shitload of people.
Yeah.
I mean, almost a year later are still buying, like 5 million people
Have
over the
bought it.
holiday
Yeah.
for a game that's almost a year old.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I
it's the
listened.
world. It's the World of Warcraft thing. Like they
People
keep
keep
doing.
hearing
Well,
about
no,
it.
if you keep updating it
Yeah.
and
Making it better.
making it better, then
Every single
then people are gonna continue
every single
to talk
couple
about it.
weeks there's something else to do in the game, and it's always like you feel like you're working towards something. It's pretty unique to have in this day and age with first person shooters that I think is slowly like crushing out like the Call of Duties.
Yeah.
and
That would just be
Halos.
tremendous.
I mean, get the fuck rid of Call of Duty, please, for the love of God. And I think Overwatch is finally doing somewhat of that.
Showing
They'll,
balance. And that. What the fuck is this
unfortunately, there'll
balance?
always be.
Splits the blade divide.
But it'll be interesting to see when they're done. Like,
When
Well, I was
they're
actually about to say that. It'll be interesting to see
When they
if
stop.
they ever decide to do
in Overwatch 2.
2 or or even
Or-
a DLC. Because there's no such thing as a DLC for this. It's
Well,
just
the-
all
every
straight
month-
updates.
Every month, I mean, they could charge for DLC.
Right,
But
but
it's
And
just
I mean,
updates.
their one of their developers just went, talking about the PTR and the playtest region, which is on PC, and pretty much explained why it's not coming to console and yada yada yada. Steve really cares about this stuff, but it just seems to me like they're really focusing on making Overwatch the best game possible. I don't think they're. I mean, it's probably in the back of their minds what they're doing with Overwatch 2.
Right.
I'm guessing they're gonna make another one at some point.
not, I would
they-
say no.
They don't
That's
have
not
to.
Blizzard's MO.
No,
They
I mean
very
they could,
rarely have done sequels, follow-ups to games in that way.
I mean,
Like we never got like a World of
I mean,
Warcraft.
they-
We never
they
got
really
World of
have
Warcraft
to.
2. What's that?
It's a shame.
Diablo, StarCraft.
Well, StarCraft was fucking 10, 15 years
years.
later.
Yeah.
So like, it's
That
not
makes
something they
sense.
do. And that was a whole. By the time that came up, that was after Activision had purchased
And they
them.
have a whole campaign mode and stuff in that too, as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, they very
Right.
We had
easily
those.
could start implementing some sort of campaign
I would love to
for
see a
PvE.
campaign.
A lot of people would. A lot of people would, but I think they do enough with the comics, and it's so popular right now that they don't even have to have a campaign. And I think a campaign might even take away from some of the lore of the game right now, because a lot of the lore is created through the fans on certain characters, and everyone's sharing different stories.
Yeah.
And we get to all have our own impressions on how this world actually plays out, and if they actually put something together, and it'd probably still be fucking awesome, but it might be a little different than how
Similar
we
to
envision
like the Junkenstein.
Yeah, I was just thinking that of how like
it.
you do have certain characters that can play this one event where you are playing against AI enemies.
Yeah.
And it is, you have these boss characters, but then like you could do, an event that revolves around the cinematics where, Tracer's fighting Widowmaker, and it's like, how does that work out? but then it's like, okay, this is a very
You could do a
this is
full-on
very-
level or story on just Junkrat and Roadhog
and how they know
robbing,
each other,
you know, and how they're just outlaws and they're running around. Like, there's all these different side stories you could do. How Soldier 76 became who he is.
Yeah,
you know,
what's the backstory?
What's the
with
backstory
Reaper?
on Reaper and May and just and how they intertwine with all of the cinematics. It's really fucking sweet, and the game's still evolving. Justin wants to move on.
Yeah, I just realized we've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah. Well, I think the last piece
You'll
of
be
news-
interested in this, Justin.
Yeah, the last piece of news that we have
I better
is
be.
Japanese players'
Yikes.
impressions on the Switch. So,
Okay.
yep, feel free to hit that.
How
snooze
does
button.
Japan feel about the Switch, Brian?
Yeah.
Tell me.
So there's just a bunch of questions and answers. I'm just going to kind of plow through these really quickly. After seeing the presentation, did you want to buy a Nintendo Switch? At the moment, I don't want to buy it. 34%. I don't have any plans to get it. 22%. I'll get it after the release date. 21%. I'll get it the day it releases. Slightly lower. 21%.
It's like 80% not buying it on release.
Yeah. So, what did you think about the price of the Nintendo Switch? I think it's a little high, 42%. I think it's just right, 30%. I think it's really high, about 20%. I think it's a little cheap, 4%. I think it's really cheap, 2%.
So
Like
about
what?
60% is saying that it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think the Nintendo Switch will sell? Or do you think the Nintendo Switch will sell well?
100 people said yes.
It'll sell somewhat well, 30%. I don't think it'll sell that well, 30%. I can't really say, 20%. It won't sell well at all, 20%. It'll be extremely popular, 3.5%.
I mean, I unfortunately think that it will probably still sell a shitload, even though it doesn't have the games.
I think you'll have that initial surge, and then I think it'll be easy to find, and then come November, if Odyssey is coming out, Super Mario Odyssey, you'll see a lot of people buying it. But I think there'll be a lot of downtime in between now, or March and November.
I think it's just interesting.
No.
I mean, and I don't truthfully know where these numbers and who was polled on this,
Mm-hmm.
but
It's just it was a website poll.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, it's still, I mean, Japan is looking at certain things, and that's a huge seller for Nintendo. And if a lot of people are timid on the Switch, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's two. The
What
only other
do
question
you-
that we have for percentages is, at this time, what titles are you looking forward to? Obviously, Breath of the Wild is 50%, Splatoon is 40%. These percentages don't add up to 100, just so we know. Super Mario Odyssey is 30%.
Top-notch
Maybe
mathematics.
it's like multiple, like you could do like, which ones are you excited about?
yeah.
So I'm just going to go down. Xenoblade 2, Mario Kart 8, Shin Megami Tensei, nothing in particular. Dragon Quest 11, Fire Emblems, Warriors, and Octopath Traveler, which
Octopath Traveler?
yeah, that actually
I'm super stoked on that.
that actually looks really good.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Octo?
It looks like an NES RPG or a Super NES RPG. It looks really good. But then, what other IPs do you want to see? Pokemon, Monster Hunter, Fatal Frame, Final Fantasy, Dark Souls, Kingdom Hearts, Persona, Bayonetta, Yokai Watch. Nintendo Switch has paid online services. Are you for or against this idea? 62% for, 37% against. Which makes sense because everyone does paid services, and I mean Xbox and Xbox and PlayStation do a decent job at their online services. So I mean, paying for it maybe might increase the quality of the online services. We'll see. Who knows? But in celebration of the 100th episode, we're not going to take a quick break and come back with what we're doing on the site and Twitter handles and shit.
And all
What
that
we
jazz.
are going to be doing,
Thankfully.
is I think, Gary, you might have. Do you want to do a little game first, or do we want to do our favorite?
Let's do
Let's do our
Do we-
favorites.
You
our
wanna do
favorite
titles first?
titles.
So we're gonna reminisce a little bit.
100
Yeah.
episodes. It's been a long time.
100 episodes.
Yeah.
Wish we could get some of that, like that. What was that classic song that everybody played?
Bubble.
Bach Bubble.
That was
Our
classic.
graduation video. Like,
As we go on,
City?
we remember all the
100
times
episodes here together. Okay, that's not it.
Alright, coordinated
So
that.
Cut it off.
I'm gonna start this off because what I would like to do is each of us go through our 3 favorite titles
of episode.
Of an episode.
So I have like 10 on here. And
Alright,
Yeah,
so we gotta go to 3.
I've got 5.
So
okay.
I think I got the winner. I think this is the best title because it's so true. Is we lied to Adam Sessler.
Damn it! Yeah, I had that too.
I think that is the best title that we've had. Just because we did lie to Adam Sessler.
we lied to his face.
Lied to his face.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna come see me speak in, the Friday the 13th game." We're like, "Yeah, we'll see you right over there." And then as soon as he turned around, we're like, "We're not going there."
Yeah,
We're out of
let's go to the bar.
And we felt really bad.
We checked the schedule. We
Yeah.
gave the guys benefit. We checked the schedule. We're like,
It was
wait,
like an
that's
hour
like
and 40
from now?
minutes
Oh,
from when it, and we were just like, nah,
Let's
we're
go
looking for
around
some
here.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Who we drunk?
So that was one of mine.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip over that one, and I guess my number 1 is tissues for 2 reasons.
Yeah, I got that on here too.
I do
Yeah,
not.
that has a lot of implications.
Yep.
That was before my time, I believe. So
What?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it
It's
was.
very early, I think.
Yeah, that's early on.
Justin.
So many on here.
Just put out one. Throw it out there.
The button wants it.
Button wants it.
The
You gotta
button
know how
wants
to
it.
touch it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love that one.
Anthony.
The older it is, the softer.
That's fine. I get that one.
The older it is, the softer it
That's
gets.
a great one, dude. That is so good.
Now, Detective Richard Sprinkles.
I got that too. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Oh.
I also have Team Valor, baby.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I mean, it's
a
just
classic.
a classic,
Yeah.
like Justin moment.
Just, you know what it is? It's half of the information, 100% of the effort. That's what you get.
That's what you get from Justin.
Episode title.
Yeah, that's the title of this episode. What is that?
Half of the information, 100% of the effort.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go.
The number 2 that I have is Solomon Grundy, State of Mind.
It's a very good one as well.
Let's see. There's so many good ones. How about I'm bro choice?
That's mine.
Yeah.
I had that.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I'm bro choice, dude. Mahala.
You look like Roseanne.
Yeah.
That's like could be number 1.
That's a really fucking
that
good one.
literally could be number 1. That was a
That's so
classic. Yeah.
You did though. You looked just like him.
Yeah, with the
Dan.
vest.
Yeah, you looked like Dan that day.
There it is.
I got Matt Damon Dies on Mars.
I don't know where these things come from.
That was actually Lucas, wasn't it?
One thing
I
that
think that might have been me on that one.
One thing that me and Justin did kind of notice, and we were going over it a little bit before this, was that the podcast titles have progressively gotten weirder and weirder.
They've been getting better. Like I wrote these down since I was looking through the catalog, so they get better as they go along. You can kind of tell, like even the ones I have written down, from oldest to newest, and the older ones are like I ran away from everything, the sneaky tip, and then we start to get into hips and hands, and then
And then we
Richard
get into like
Sprinkles.
just a little diggly.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good
And
one.
then we get
That
the
one.
older, it's softer, and then we're working our way to bro choice, and then we've got to it's fun until your friends catch you, which is one of my favorites. And like Roseanne, I think you look like Roseanne's husband's one of the most recent.
Yeah,
so
that was
we're
like
getting,
4
we're
or
getting
5
like
episodes
pretty
ago.
good.
We got less. I think we got less like clever and just more direct.
Yeah.
Because like some of the other ones, like Pun Epiphany.
Yeah,
that
It's
was
it's like a good alliteration, and then it's just like
Now we're just like
yeah.
right to the point, the most blunt
The
thing.
brass
we can
tacks.
find.
you
Yeah.
know?
I think it's technically your turn, Steve. If you
Well, I
can.
just listed both of mine.
Okay. Gary, you got any other ones?
No.
All right. So I've got a neckerchief, you sly dog. That's a good one.
I
And
had double dock a dangle.
Oh, double dog.
Double dog a
I
dangle.
almost put that one down.
That's a tough one.
But
to
I knew
do.
it was gonna be like.
Yeah, somebody was gonna
Yeah.
do it. You got a double dock the
Beauty
dangle.
hits us all.
it's a good one.
Wait a minute, what was it?
Beauty
What the fuck did we
Yeah,
say?
That's like 43. Like that's way
I
back.
don't remember that.
I also have unflushable. That's just a very easy, quick one that I thought I was scrolling through and I was like, that one's good.
That was early on too. Yeah.
Yeah, I already listed the other ones
Yeah.
as well, but they've been some pretty good.
Oh wait a
ones.
minute,
My
I do have double talk a dong. Was my number one.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Missed that one.
There you go.
Psych. So let us know what you think
Yeah.
is your favorite ones, and we'll probably laugh at them because they're probably awesome.
Yep. And then I think the last thing we want to do is a little bit of a mini game
That you came up with.
that I kind of came up with. So what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks is listening back on some old episodes. It's actually interesting for me because I wasn't on a lot of the episodes at the beginning of this podcast. So listening back on some things, I heard some shit. So if you want to go back and listen, I recommend. It's quite comical. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna read through a quote. Somebody want to take notes? Brian, can you be the note taker on everyone's guesses? We're gonna go through. We're gonna probably do.
Should we just have them write it down? Like you read it off, and then we have to write a letter. Like did Steve say it? Did Anthony say it? Did Justin say it? Did Brian say it?
We can do
so
that.
that way, yeah.
Question number one. Quote number one.
Quote number one. I'll start off
the
easy.
Initials of the person.
We'll start off easy. Evie.
Perfect.
Okay. No, Brian. I did not spend my entire week playing WWE 2K16. Who said this?
Alright. So should we just guess?
Do.
And then we'll all guess and then we'll move on? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, Brian, who do you got?
Does everyone have an answer?
Yeah.
I'm going Justin.
Wait a minute, why don't we wait till the end?
No.
No?
Let's do it
Alright,
right
you want to
away.
do now?
Let's do it right now. So,
Justin.
Gary.
Gary.
Justin.
Justin, you were right. It was Gary.
Oh, I remember that now.
Because
Yeah.
they sassed
Yeah.
me and
Yeah.
then basically towards him like, hey, did you play this? He's like, no, I did not. So that's 1 point for Justin if anyone's keeping track. Let's go.
All right, so here's another one. I didn't do the robot, so I'm lost as shit.
Excuse me, can you read that? Can you use it as a sentence?
I didn't do the robot, so I'm lost as shit.
Interesting.
2 seconds.
Okay.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Ryan?
I'm gonna say Anthony.
Anthony?
Lighthouse.
Myself.
Lighthouse?
Anthony.
Yeah. All right, everyone's right.
That was from Destiny.
All right.
No,
that was
Scott.
No man's
No
guy.
Man's Sky.
There's no man's guy out there.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's go. I was just like PlayStation off. I was just like PlayStation off.
Okay.
Brian, who do you got?
I'm gonna say myself.
I
Brian?
got BT on this one.
Brian.
Brian.
All right, you guys nailed it.
Yeah, let's go. That's another point for me. I'm 2.
This might be like the easiest one I give you guys right now,
Okay.
but I know the episode number when it first started.
The very first. This is the very first person to say it.
It was a text. I was like, I'll respond back. You just gotta call me, bro.
This is sass. This is direct sass.
Who said that?
Well, I'm getting another point. Okay.
Brian, who was that?
Hold on. Can you repeat the question one more time?
What's
was
his
a
point of
text.
origin?
I was like, I'll respond back. You just gotta call me, bro. This happened on episode 52.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna say Justin.
Justin.
Oh, it's me.
Justin.
Justin.
There you go. That was the originating
I'm
text episode, which was ridiculous. Justin didn't text Anthony back for like 4 days and was sassing him to call him.
Sounds about right.
Dude, you gotta call me. Bro.
So now this comes back from episode 11.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
There's no Gary.
So if there's Han Solo, then there's Justin Han Solo, then there's Dash Rengar.
What?
Somebody said those words in that order.
Somebody said that.
Somebody said it's.
One more
If
time.
there's Han Solo, then there's Justin Han Solo, then there's Dash
I
Rengar.
think I know what this is.
Rendar.
Rengar, yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
What?
I got it.
Clue who this is.
Who said that? That was episode 11. Brian?
I'm gonna say me.
You're gonna say Brian?
Yeah, I'm gonna say me.
Justin, what do you?
I got Steve.
Lucas.
I'm throwing a wild card of Lucas.
It was Brian.
Yeah, no one else knows who the fuck Dash.
Well, that's what I knew. I knew
Nobody knows.
He knew it was gonna be you,
Yeah,
but
Lucas.
I feel like that's something Lucas would have been like,
Yeah.
boom.
I missed one.
If he's listening.
That's
Alright,
it.
so this is a good one.
shit.
I'm going in hips and hands.
Oh, dude, that could be any of us.
Let's go.
I mean, should I just go with the obvious answer?
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Brian, go.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna write Steve. I wrote Steve.
I got Gerald.
Steve.
It was me.
It was Steve.
Yeah.
Episode 18. He stole it from me.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the podcast back then.
No.
But I listened to it. And
I did it really early on. Was it like
Episode
within like the
18.
first like
4th of July.
one
episode.
like
yeah.
first 2 minutes of the episode?
Yeah.
I made sure.
Yeah.
Go in. Hips and hands.
How about this one? I do it all for the views.
That's me, I think.
Shit.
This is with the E3 episode.
Oh, shit.
I do it all for the views.
I do it all for the views. So right now, Justin, you have one. Brian, you have one. Everybody else is. You guys are in the lead right now. You guys are tied.
I have 5 correct.
I only have 4 points.
I have 5 correct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can count my points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just write down answers.
Yeah. You guys are tied.
Do it for the
Alright.
views.
Justin, write something down.
I did already, asshole. We're on
Alright.
number 7.
Brian, what do you got?
I wrote Justin.
Justin.
I wrote Justin.
Justin.
Lucas.
Lucas.
I
we
wrote
still waiting for
Brian.
Steve is right. It was Brian.
Oh.
Every episode.
Everyone was on the E3 episode, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about
How about that?
episode 73? Very snarky, floaty, and clunky.
Snarky?
Snarky, floaty, and clunky.
Oh, God. Are we all making fun of it already at this point?
It's episode 73, so
Maybe.
Yeah.
it's 30 episodes ago. It's quite a while.
Snarky? Who the fuck would say that? I'm going me again because I'm vain.
Brian, what do you got?
I wrote Gary.
Gary?
I got Justin. I'm awesome.
Gary.
Gary?
Shit. Gary.
It was Brian.
Oh, nobody got it right.
Nobody
No
got
one
that
got
right.
that one.
Snarky.
That doesn't
Wow.
sound like a Brian quote.
Snarky.
Shit-faced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too much doctor.
Back when you used to drink and
So,
drive.
a couple episodes later,
true.
you have episode 75. A couple skins, a couple emotes, and a couple diseases. Who said that? Episode 75. We were potentially talking about Overwatch.
We were definitely talking about Overwatch.
I probably wasn't even in the room.
I'll give you a little context afterwards. What do you got?
I just wrote Justin.
Justin?
Gerald.
Justin.
Justin.
It was Justin. So we were talking about the summer games, and you were making a reference to keeping it in Rio
Yeah.
with the diseases.
Right.
Gotcha.
How politically
All right, so I got 2 more. Episode 82. This is it. This is my life now.
I got it.
What do we got, Brian?
I wrote myself.
Brian?
Gerald.
Gary.
Gary?
Gary.
It
He
was
gets
me.
to wait till the end to
It
hear
was
all
me.
our guesses.
So this one, I think is just a classic. I think you guys are gonna get it right away. But I thought it was just too good, so
You heard this with your own ears, and you.
I heard this and I remembered it, and it was just spectacular. So, guys, I'm drunk and lost in a mall in LA. I don't know where to go. I figured you could relate somehow. Who said that? Guys, I'm drunk. I'm in LA
At a mall.
at a mall.
Figured
you could relate somehow.
Because we're just drunk and douchebags all the time, lost in a mall.
So, Brian,
That was it sounds like something I would say.
it does, doesn't it?
That was Brian.
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 So I'm gonna go ahead and appoint Brian the winner.
I only got 6 right.
Confetti, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You beat me by one. Good job.
Nice job, Brian.
Congratulations, Brian.
Confetti hands.
I mean, it was very entertaining for me to go back and listen to. I was just skipping through some old stuff, and it was quite funny. But no, 100 episodes, guys. We did it.
Yeah, we did it. We're throwing confetti hands.
Dude, you need to edit a lot of confetti in this episode.
Yeah, sure.
gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, that's, I guess, there's lots of edits. I don't really know. But that's going to be it for the Drunken News and Gary's quiz spectacular
100th episode.
100th episode bonanza. We're going to take a quick break, come back with what we're doing on the site, our Twitter handles, and all that jazz. So stay tuned.